Number 1. The blank numbers indicate wire sizes. A. Wire. B. Guide. C. Gauge. And D. Splice. Number 2. This is a type of conducting wire called A. Flat. B. Solid. C. Stranded. D. Braid. Number 3. A heater cord wire is also called as A. Braid. B. Solid. C. Flat cord. And D. Stranded. Number 4. This is a type of conducting wire called A. Braid. B. Solid. C. Flat cord. And D. Stranded. Number 5. This is a twin lead wire called A. Braid. B. Solid. C. Flat cord. And D. Stranded. Number 6. As the gauge number increases, the blank and the circular area decreases. A. Distance. B. Diameter. C. Area. And D. Gauge. Number 7. This is a type of shielded wire used as antenna cable and is called as A. Radial. B. PDX. C. Coaxial. And D. TW wire. Number 8. This is a type of insulated wire commonly used in building wiring and is called as A. Radial. B. PDX. C. Coaxial. D. Thermoplastic. Number 9. This is one type of wire conductor usually used in provinces and is called as A. Radial. B. PDX. C. Coaxial. D. Thermoplastic. Number 10. This is the method of removing the insulation of the wire. A. Tapping. B. Stripping. C. Skinning. And D. A and B are correct. Number 11. This is a type of wire splices and joints used to protect wires from too much pulling. A. Rat tail. B. Top joint. C. Western Union. And D. Underwriters. Number 12. When wires are seldom pulled, especially in junction boxes, this type of wire splicing is applied. A. Rat tail. B. Top joint. C. Western Union. And D. Underwriters. Number 13. This is used in lamp receptacles to prevent from being pulled from the screw terminals. A. Rat tail. B. Top joint. C. Western Union. And D. Underwriter's knot. Number 14. A wire splices and joint method used for extending a branch circuit from the main. A. Rat tail. B. Top joint. C. Western Union. And D. Underwriter's knot. Number 15. This is a type of wiring method using A. BX cable, B. PDX cable, C. PVC conduit, and D. raceway. Number 16. This is a plastic type of wiring method called A. BX cable, B. Metal conduit, C. PVC conduit, and D. raceway. Number 17. A wiring method usually applied in flammable conditions. A. BX cable, B. Metal conduit, C. PVC conduit, and D. raceway. Number 18. A flexible metal usually applied in outdoor conditions. A. BX cable, B. Metal conduit, C. PVC conduit, and D. raceway. Number 19. Blank are materials with very high resistance. It cannot conduct any current when voltage is applied. A. Conductor, B. Insulator, C. Semiconductor, and D. Superconductor. Number 20. One of the requirements of wire splices and joints that it should be blank strong, and it means that wire should be joined firmly and strongly in order to avoid wire explosion. A. Electrically, B. Firmly, C. Mechanically, and D. Strongly.